US President Joe Biden's administration is asking Congress for $75 million in aid to help rebuild Gaza. The economy is in tatters after the destruction caused by recent Israeli bombardment. Hamas estimates factories and the energy sector have suffered more than $60 million in damages. Israel's government is yet to publish its official estimate. Rahul Radhakrishnan has more.
This is what remains of the six-sack family's plumbing and tile factory in Gaza. The charred remains of the building are symbolic of the constant cycle of destruction faced by business owners in the besieged Palestinian territory.
We were bombed in 2014 and we lost $170,000. And now after the 2021 bombing, the losses exceeded $1 million, creating more poverty in the Palestinian economy. We hope that the situation will improve, but we are tired of war every 5 years and the destruction of what was built has exhausted us.
More than half of the working-age population in Gaza is unemployed, and the Sadawi family's furniture factory provided 70 vital jobs. The owners even relocated from the city center to try to avoid the worst of conflicts.
We moved away from Gaza City and the region because of the wars, and we put all our savings into this factory on the basis that it is a safe place here and the area is in international protection. We are a big company and now most of our employees are without work.
But on the final day of the latest Israeli assault, artillery fire razed much of this industrial area.
This is not only an industrial zone, it is a closed area with security. We do not have rockets here. We have nothing to do with the factions or parties, nor the conflict. We are well established, and the Israeli side knows us well and knows the Six-Sack company. But this strike was intended to burn the company in the last hours before the ceasefire, to hurt Gaza.
The living conditions for Gaza's 2 million residents are already desperate. The economy barely functions and basic amenities are often only available sporadically. When they aren't facing military bombardment, Gazans are at the mercy of the Israeli blockade.
We hope that Israel allows the entry of carpentry equipment and machinery, and the factory can operate again. We call on the international community, Arabs, Europeans, and we appeal to all the world to stand with us in this factory because this factory was built with great effort. We have worked in this craft for the hundreds of years since our ancestors, and we have no connection with what happened.
Even as the international community promises to help them rebuild, these business owners know the fruits of their labor could all go up in flames when the conflict flares again. Rahul Radhakrishnan, TRT World.
Earlier, we spoke to Nizar Sadawi in Gaza. He told us about how the Palestinians view Washington's latest move.
Well, it seems for Palestinians here that the United States administration has decided to take a new approach on how to deal with the Palestinian issue in general and how to deal with the resistance factions here in Gaza and specifically Hamas. This time it seems that Hamas and other factions will not be marginalized in terms of any potential peace talks. From now on, I think the equation will be quite different. Palestinians here will be involved, not just the Palestinian Authority in Ramallah, but also Hamas in Gaza, since they were able to impose the terms and conditions in the latest round of fighting here that lasted for 11 days. This time, the PA in Ramallah alone cannot be making all the efforts, cannot sign on all agreements. We know that President Mahmoud Abbas will obviously have to re-establish the notion of conducting the Palestinian elections because he needs Hamas to be included in any agreement, and for that to happen they need the elections because they need to form a new coalition government that includes Hamas and maybe other factions in Gaza, despite the fact that Palestinian Authority continues to say that the government of Prime Minister Mohammed Shtaya is a coalition government, but we know Hamas has not been very happy with it. They have not approved this government to be legit because according to Hamas and factions here in in Gaza, the PA government in Ramallah is basically formed from some left parties and Fatah alone, which is the secular party that controls the West Bank and which is ruled by the same person, President Mahmoud Abbas. Obviously, things will change now. The US has started to take a different approach, and they will continue to support, as they say, the entry of aid to the Gaza Strip, but they will also try to make sure that Hamas does not improve its capabilities in terms of military. So obviously things here are changing, but we know that there will be improvement. The security delegation from Egypt continues to carry messages between the Palestinians and the Israelis, and apparently, as our sources in Egypt and Jordan have been telling us, things are moving forward, let me say, in terms of further peace talks that could lead to a potential agreement that has obviously replaced the former US administration's peace plan for the Middle East.